All right, so we have not gotten rain here in New Jersey for a very long time. And it is absolutely downpouring right now. And I gotta say, owning this truck right now is making me smile ear to ear because there is some crazy flood. Whoa! There's some crazy flooding going on right now. And if I was in my STI or any lowered car for that matter, I'd be in some trouble right now. But very thankful to be in the truck right now and just driving through everything. We got a little situation up here, so I got to see what we got to do here, but this is awesome. I love having the truck for this. Okay, let's go through this massive puddle right here. Let's see what's going on over there. It looks like some major flooding. Hopefully we can get around. Just following this truck up here. It is wild. And this just started happening. It wasn't happening all day. So the amount of rain that's coming down right now is pretty nuts. Oh, this is crazy right now. I had to take a bunch of detours, but that tent is going somewhere. Ay, 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 this is insane. Kind of hard to see, but driving through so much water right now. Oh my God, look at this. It's like a boat. Sorry, I'm having too much fun. Woo! Look at that. This is insane. Where did this come from? Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, we just got some insane rain. It has been quite a while since we have got any rain here in New Jersey, the last month or so. And supposedly we got 5 inches in like an hour and a half, which was pretty nuts. There was crazy flooding, and I was very thankful that I had the truck to be able to drive that, because if I was driving this, I would be stranded on the side of the road. I saw cars stranded on the side and everything, so extremely thankful that I had something like that to get through that inclement weather that came out of nowhere. But we are back home now, and we're going to get working on the G80 M3. We are going to start polishing. Now, if you saw my last video, you guys saw the whole decon process. We got the paint completely stripped and ready for polishing. There's absolutely nothing on this paint right now. It feels pretty terrible. It's very smooth, but there's nothing on here to protect it. So what we're going to do is actually polish it out, the entire car. I still haven't tried any test spots or anything right now, but we have a few things that I'm going to try. This is a ShineMaster 21-inch orbital. I've been using it for a couple years now. It's fantastic. It's no Rupes, but it gets the job done very, very well. A couple different pads here. This is my heavier cutting pad. Then I got 2 Rupes pads. This is a fine cutting pad, and then this one's a little bit more firm. I think this is a medium. And we're going to be experimenting with Sonax Perfect Finish, as well as Jescar Correcting Compound. Most likely I'll be using the medium cut pad with Sonax Perfect Finish, but we may jump over to this if we need it. The paint overall is in good shape. It's a brand new car, and the dealer did not do anything with it. We instructed them to keep all the plastics and not wash it. So there's really no swirling or anything like that. Even on the shadow trim, there is no swirling or anything like that. There's just some leftover water from the wash yesterday, but otherwise there's no actual swirling or anything like that. Because the black trim on most cars, especially BMWs and Audis, they scratch very easily, so I was happy to see that. But overall, the trunk, everything looks fantastic. There's no areas where I am noticing, I went around the whole car already, there's no areas that I'm noticing really need some more attention than others. I did notice on the passenger mirror right here, there is a little bit of a scuff, I guess from all the plastics or something, something rubbed up against it, so that should come out fairly easy. It looks almost like adhesive left over. Yeah, so that should come off pretty easily. Actually, it's coming off already. So that was the only thing that I really noticed. Otherwise, the entire car looks absolutely perfect. So it should be a fairly easy paint correction. It shouldn't be hard at all. And then once we are finished with that, we're going to move on to the actual ceramic coating. But let's go ahead, let's do a few test spots. Let's see what works the best. BMW paint in general usually is pretty hard. So it usually takes either a more aggressive pad or a more aggressive compound to get any swirls out. Usually you want to start with the least abrasive and then kind of work your way to more abrasive. I'm going to start out with the yellow pad and Sonax Perfect Finish. Then we may change it up a little bit and see what works best, but I think I'm going to start with that. All right, so we got the yellow pad on, and we're going to use Sonax Perfect Finish. Just going to try that out at first, see if it starts correcting properly and kind of jeweling up the paint. If not, we'll jump over to Jescar Polishing Compound, but use the same pad. We'll see how this works. All right, so I apologize for the fan on in the background. It's pretty warm in here, so I'm just gonna keep it on. But that really worked very, very well and very quickly. I just did 3 kind of quick passes, and it feels amazing. I mean, it's obviously hard to show on camera, but super smooth. Definitely brought out a lot of the gloss. And then if we come over here, does not feel smooth, feels a little bit more catchy, I guess. It grabs your hands a little bit more, whereas this feels really nice. So I think I'm going to stick with that combo, the Sonax Perfect Finish with the yellow Rupes pad, which is a medium cut pad. I'm gonna go around and do the whole car with that. If there's any part of the car that needs a little bit more attention, then maybe we'll change it up, but I think that's gonna work really, really well, and it's gonna turn out amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock the car out. I'm just gonna set up the camera in certain spots that I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you doing the whole entire car because this is gonna take a couple of hours. So I'll speed it up for you guys and show you the process as I'm moving around the car. All right, guys, so I thought I would just jump in, give you a little bit of an update, kind of where I am. This thing is turning out amazing. It's obviously hard to tell on camera, but seeing the progress and everything and just how amazing this paint is. I mean, Subaru paint, we all know, is very soft. It does look very good, but if you look at it wrong, it scratches. BMW paint is amazing. I miss BMW paint. But so far, we have pretty much the entire front end done on both sides. And now I'm working on the rear quarter panels, and then I got to do the rear bumper. I got to open up the garage so I can get access. But we got all the doors done, the complete front end done, the amazing carbon roof done, the trunk, carbon lip here. So I'm going to spend a lot of time back here getting all the nooks and crannies and everything. But so far, this thing is turning out amazing. It looks incredible. It's ridiculous. The more time I spend with this thing and kind of, you know, going panel by panel and just looking at all the curves and really kind of analyzing everything about this car, the more it is kind of getting in my mind, and the more that I would, I don't know. I'm thinking crazy thoughts here. But either way, this car is turning out amazing. This color is incredible. To be honest, if I were to spec out my own M3, a lot of people were asking me that in the initial impression video. Many people were asking, you know, how I would spec mine out. I do love the competition package, but honestly, I would rather get a manual. Even though this transmission here is fantastic, I'd rather get a base and get a manual with the carbon seats. I probably would get the same color, although some of the blues are really, really nice as well. I don't know, I'm unsure. But either way, I would get a base manual with the carbon package. This carbon package is beautiful. And definitely get the M carbon seats. Those things are amazing. This thing is really turning out amazing, and the more time I spend with it is just, I don't know, it's making my mind go crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. Like I said, I just have to do the rear quarter panels and the rear bumper, and I'll be complete for the night. And then tomorrow morning, we're gonna start on the ceramic coating, and I'm also going to do all the carbon trim on the interior as well, on the steering wheel down here as well. So it stays nice and pretty and looking really nice, just like the exterior. But yeah, man, this thing, I don't know. It's making me go a little crazy. Love the STI. It would be really hard to let this thing go for one of these, but I don't know, we'll see. More time I spend with this, it's pretty nice. Let me go ahead and knock the rest out. I'll show you the finished product before we start ceramic coating, and then we can wrap this video up. So I finished polishing up the G80. Everything is ready to go for ceramic coating. Now I'm gonna let the entire car cool down a little bit overnight, since polishing and everything, since you do need to heat up the paint just a little bit, or the clear coat I should say. But it is looking phenomenal. I mean, look at this angle. This is my favorite angle. Wide hips, super shiny, it looks fantastic. But yeah, the ceramic coating is just going to bring it to a completely different level. And you know, even the paint in general is just feeling so smooth, even just with the Sonax Perfect Finish. Can't imagine what this thing's going to feel like once it's ceramic coated with G-Technic. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So I'm going to put the first coat of CSL on tomorrow morning. That's going to be a separate video. So if anybody's interested in just how to ceramic coat a car, that'll be a separate video, since I can talk for days about ceramic coating. And as I mentioned, I'm breaking all these videos up into more palatable, you know, shorter videos, so people can actually watch them and not sit there for, you know, an hour, 2 hours and just watch one video. So I'm going to clean up around here, put everything away, and then close the garage, and then we can wrap this video up. I got everything cleaned up. I am finished for the night. Got everything polished out. It looks fantastic. But for the interior, I just did a quick wipe down of PNS interior cleaner. Came out beautiful. I still need to vacuum everything out. Not that there's much, but again, it's just an absolutely beautiful interior. I got to do a quick vacuum inside as well. But overall, the interior is finished. Not much to do. I do plan on ceramic coating all of the carbon trim when I get to ceramic coating tomorrow. So that will be done. But otherwise, the interior, not much to do. It's literally brand new. The car literally has 315 miles on it. So there's not much to do otherwise than just to protect it and just wipe it down. But it is getting better and better. And literally, this is just one step polish on the car. And it is just so beautiful. It really, the more I spend time with it, the more I'm just becoming obsessed with it. And it just looks so good. Although I will say, as you guys saw at the beginning of this video, throughout the day, I was like, man, I'm going to sell the truck. I'm going to sell the STI and get one of these. And then we had that rainstorm that I just drove through that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. And it was kind of reassurance, like, hey, don't sell the truck. Because I was saying, if I was driving this through that crazy flooding and all that rain, it would be driving me nuts, and my anxiety would be at an all-time high. So it was kind of just a quick wake-up call, like, hey, if I was driving this thing, it would have been terrible. I'm glad I have the truck for that reason alone, especially in the winter as well. I live in the Northeast as well, so having something that's dedicated to inclement weather is nice to have. Overall, I'm really pleased with the G80. It's just a lot of the lines are beautiful. Obviously, the front end for me is I'm still kind of working through it. It's not my favorite, but I will say I have seen some G80s modified that are lowered, have nicer wheels, or they're spaced out with a nice front lip, and it does look very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. I will say that I do miss the overall hump that they've had since the E46 M3. The E46, the F80, and then the E90 and E92 had that little hump, the power dome as they called it, on the hood here. Still not crazy about these nostrils up front, and this kind of weird design on the top of the bumper here. But otherwise, I'm really liking it. This side profile here is freaking ridiculous. This thing tinted, lowered with some nice spacers and everything. It's gonna look pretty amazing. That's it for this one. That is the polishing step. Tomorrow, or the next video I should say, we're going to jump in the whole ceramic coating phase. It is actually 3 coats. It's going to take a couple days to get this done, but I'm going to put it in a video for you guys so you guys can see the process and just how it's done. But as for this video, that is it. I'll leave everything that I used in this video in the description below. So if you're interested in polishing your G80 M3, STI, or anything else, you can just use the links below to get your car looking proper and get it ready for ceramic coat. So if you have any other questions at all, be sure to ask them in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Living for the moment, I don't know about tomorrow. Do this for the people that just want to see me shine, though. They was trying to rush us, but we really took our time, though. You ask me how I'm feeling, I'ma speak what's on my mind, bro. Book another flight, I think I'm trying to go to Cabo. I just want to travel, going in and out of time zone. Came up from the bottom, and it's really mind blown. Conscious to the U and Dillmatic, we the combo. Yeah, Indies. Get into it.